Did you know that Israel's second biggest trading partner is Ireland? Ireland, whose government, compared to other Western countries, is way more critical and actually willing to use the word genocide when discussing Israel's horrific actions in occupied Palestine, somehow simultaneously accounts for 3.26 billion euros worth of imports from Israel in 2024, as well as voting down a bill which would have prevented the sale of Israeli war bonds through the Irish Central Bank. So how can we explain this apparent contradiction? Well, it might be best understood with an example of a heartless multinational corporation. Intel. You see, Ireland and Israel both deal a lot in tech manufacturing, in microchips, and in the information economy. Ireland is also one of the most highly neoliberal and globalized economies in the world. We have an incredibly low corporate tax rate, which means that many multinational corporations, particularly US corporations, are headquartered here for tax purposes. In fact, successive Irish governments have fiercely pursued direct foreign investment, and when Intel opened a plant here in 1989, that was a huge win for us. But Intel has another significant factory, and that is in Kiryat Gat in Israel, just a few kilometers from the border with Gaza. Quoting the Irish Examiner, whether the plant in Leixlip is relying on components from its Israeli counterpart or using Ireland to transfer goods internally to take advantage of Irish tax benefits, or maybe both, there is little doubt that a huge chunk of this statistic is coming from the activities of Intel and similar companies. This can be understood as Ireland and Israel both acting as vassal states for US global hegemony. When you understand Ireland as dependent on the US and subject to America's economic interests, it makes sense that the Irish government views itself as powerless to do anything other than express vague condemnation. This became uncomfortably clear when the Irish government was debating a bill to ban trade from occupied territories, and the US ambassador to Ireland sent an email warning of consequences, citing over 1,000 multinationals that would be adversely impacted by the bill. Just 90 minutes after that email was sent, the government issued a statement committing only to a review rather than enacting the legislation. This is proof that Ireland is a dependence economy, which sits on the end of an American leash. Unfortunately, this dependence on American economic supremacy now renders us as a people directly complicit in genocide. The majority of people in Ireland support a trade embargo on Israel. Fully. Some of the most important steps in achieving that goal, however, are boycotting Intel and the other companies on the official BDS list, but also demonstrating to your local representative that you understand the economic risks, but that you nonetheless demand to divest from any trade with Israel.